Hello, I'm Bex with Black Whisper Crafts, and I just want to share something that I like to do, something I really love to do. I love to sew. Can't say that I know how to sew really well, but I love to sew. And one thing that I did see a lot of people do, they make ribbon out of their scraps from book pages, book page scraps, which I have a lot of. So these aren't necessarily, they don't all go the same direction, they go all different directions. I just kind of cut them kind of relatively all the same size and fold them as I go through. But what I do is make a railroad track. Go down one side, sew down one side, and then I go back and sew up the other side. So it makes kind of a railroad track. So I can glue things on and put washi, sticker, tape, what have you, to make ephemera. Because I have cause. Oh my goodness. Because I seem to have so many washi stickers. When I just get one little set, it's like they give you 300, which I'm not complaining because they're usually a great price. But I have so many, and I wanted to kind of use them up, get my stock down, and this will take care of all of these book page scraps that I have, and taking care of a lot of something that I wouldn't usually use a lot of, but this will take care of a lot of those also. So after I make my train track, then I have this great big roll, which I've used a lot of this roll, but I just wanted to save some to show in case somebody else was inspired to do the same thing. Somebody's probably already done this before. I'm sure they have. Nothing's really new in crafting, but I just did it and I liked it. So, and this is what I do. I will go start at one end and just put a little bit of ink on it. I like to use Tim Holtz Distress Ink old paper, and I also like to use walnut stain and vintage photo, and I haven't used any colors yet, but I'm thinking I need to do like purple and yellow and orange, but I just haven't done those yet. I'll show you when I do those, but I just haven't done those yet. But this is all walnut stain. And then you can see I switched over. I just kind of get bored with one color, so I just go up and down each side and just a little bit of color on there. And I'll show you here real quick what I do on this little last piece. I just didn't want to bore you to death with that. My little scrap piece here. But yeah, just get a little ink on here. Go down that side, more ink, and just go down the other side. Don't be too rough because it is paper, book pages sewn together, so they are a little bit more fragile. Just go down that side and then just get down a little bit too rambunctious there. Just a little bit. Just get some color down on there. That's just what works for me. If you want it darker, you can do it darker. And I just go back and forth. The color is just this poor little, this little sponge is just about gone, but I use them until they just fall apart. And go back up and get it. There, that's it. That's all I do. Now my train track is ready to go. Get these out of the way. Push these back out of our way. There, awesome. Let's get this really scary looking thing out of the way. Use it over and over and over. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so where's my starting end at? And these go every which way, so it doesn't really matter, but I just like, let's see, which direction do I want to go? This way. Doesn't really matter which way you go though. It really does not. Because we're going to, I need to roll it up because I'm losing control here. Hold on, give me just a second here. Yeah. I just need to roll it up a little bit. There we go. Get a little bit of control back here. There. That way it doesn't go crazy. Just put you a little clip down there. That works. Awesome. Okay, so let's get out. I separate my stickers and things in envelopes. I write them with a pencil so I can just erase it and use it for something else. Let's just get these out here. And usually what I do is just go by size and width. See, that one will fit on there, but it may fit on down the line a little better. So we'll go with that one will fit on there. I'm gonna start out with a skinny one because this is kind of a skinny spot right here. Let's just peel this washi sticker off. Just peel off half of it. Find out exactly where you want it at. About right there. Because you don't really want the end right on that. You'll either tuck it under a little bit or something. There. Ooh, there it is. Just get you some kind of, you could use a Sharpie marker. I don't know where my favorite Sharpie is right now, but this will work. Just get it down in the groove there, nice and tight. And it doesn't matter if you cut it in half. It really doesn't matter because we're going to Mod Podge on top of that. I am anyway. You don't have to. You can leave it just like this. There, that one is good to go. And let's go to the next one. Let's see, are there any more really wide ones that we could, yeah, let's do this wide one. And that looks like, because this right here is where we're gonna cut it apart at. Right there. So keep in mind where you're going to cut them apart at, because you don't want to cut it right over there and it just goes everywhere. Don't cut it right on a fold. So put it a little ways up. See, it will be under that, and on top of that you got a little bit of space to cut them apart. Just roll them off. Right there. There we go. Got it. Just pull it down halfway and make sure your placement. There we go. And then just pull the other half off. My little score tool here. Just find the next pleat. Just smash it into the pleat. This is just what works for me. You might find something else that works better for you. There we go. Now the next place that we can cut it out will be right there, so we will put a sticker in that spot. This one is really wide. Is there a wide spot right here? Because we're going to cut it there. I think that would work right there. see about the placement. Do a little higher up. There we go. Pull that off. Just get them into the grooves really well. Flatten them out nice and flat so they're stuck. There. And just go on to the next one. Let's see. That's a pretty one. Where are we going to cut this one at? Probably cut it right above that one. That's pretty. I already have a red one at the bottom though. I don't know if I want another red one. What else do we have here? Oh, they're really tiny. A single white flower. That might be nice for something. And you can add stuff to these. There's a few of them that I have just put pieces on there. I'll show you those in a minute. Probably gonna cut that one right there. Let's move this one up here. Get right in there where those folds, where the ribbon folds, or the train track. What do you want to call it? I just call it train track just because that's what it looks like. Let's see. I don't know what this even is. I don't know if it's a flower or what, so I'm not going to use that one right now. I don't know exactly what it is. Did I already use the pink lily? That's really pretty. Unroll some more. And you can go all the way to the end, or you can just stop at doing 2 or 3 and roll it up and save it for another day. Just totally up to you, and you don't have to put washi stickers on it. You can put whatever you want. You can collage on it, what have you. This one's being cantankerous, so I'm gonna just pull it off. There. That lily was kind of being crazy. Just get right in those grooves. Whatever, if you put a sticker on top, just get in the grooves. There. Awesome. So I am going to go ahead and stop here. Don't want to bore you with just going on and on with the same thing here. So we said we were going to cut here. Just cut them off just like that. And right there. I went a little farther up on that one. Let's just cut the middle of this one. And cut that one. There we go. And I'm just going to put this up for now. I'm not going to bore you with doing the whole thing today. Put these away real quick here. now we have just like this. That's what we started out with. And now we have them like that. Really cute, really easy to do. Let me get my handy dandy wax paper here. I don't go over the whole thing, but that way I will have somewhere to put them at. Let's get the Mod Podge out here. And I use the matte because I like a matte finish. But you can use whichever one you want, the Mod Podge matte. But the main thing you want to do is make sure you get the edges of the sticker. See what I mean? Just get the edges of the sticker. But I just kind of go, after I get the edges of the stickers, and just kind of paint it a little bit. Just kind of get to the close to the edges. If the sticker goes over the train track, then make sure you get it. That way they'll stay really well. All the way to the edge wherever the sticker goes to. And you don't have to be really thick with this either. I do like to get it underneath those pleats a little bit. This one goes kind of to the edge. Let me pick that up. Take care of that edge there. There we go, but you can do it as thick as you want if you want to do it really thick. There. Get a little bit more. This is way close to the edge. That's one reason I was trying to get them just so they were under. Maybe I should have trimmed that one a little bit on that edge, but it'll be all right. It'll be okay. But as long as you get those edges, then it will stay for you. There, that one's a little messy. My handy dandy towel here. Have a few more here. It doesn't take very long to do it. I just like to start with the one that's the closest to the edge first. But you can start with whichever side you want to start with. Get under that pleat there. Okay, one more. Thanks for sticking with me. Again, my name is Bex, and you're watching Black Whisper Crafts. A little bit, tiny bit more. You can go over these as many times as you want. If you go over it one time and you want the pleats to be glued down a little bit more, go over as many times as you want. I just want to make sure that got it on my sticker there. Okay. Awesome. So let's get this off of the brush. Put that back on there. Usually the brush will stay right there. We're not going to be very long. Let's see, let me get these up there so they're out of the way a bit, because I want to show you what they look like after they've dried. Get those out of the way a bit. There we go. Awesome. There we go. That's pretty. That's what they look like. That's what we started out with. Just a little color. Sewed the train tracks on just with a little color. With the distressed ink. Getting back on track here. Sorry about that. No pun intended. Washi sticker and just Mod Podge. That is really cute. There's another one. And as you see, my train tracks aren't always exactly straight. And I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Just having lots of fun. That one's really pretty. And this one, I had quite a bit of space left at the top and bottom, so I just got some tiny washi stickers and just stuck them on there. And the same thing with this one. I just stuck a little washi sticker on there also with it. And the same with this one. There's an added little washi sticker on there. And this one I had a little bitty spot, so I just put a whole bunch of things on there and made a little collage out of it. Washi sticker, there's a number, there's a strawberry sticker, and there's days of the week over here. I just had a little bitty part left over, and this one I made a whole collage out of it. There it is right there. There's the train tracks. There's the washi sticker I put on it. Then I glued it on a little scrap piece right there. And then I just glued one of my little circles on there, the word blossom. Made a whole collage out of it. But there you go. There's my little take on a train track with my Mod Podge washi sticker. I'm Bex with Black Whisper Crafts. Have a wonderful day.